Hey, peace, peace. Hey, Lily. She said yes. My beloved. Hey, girl. How y'all doing today? Alafia. The Curious Case of Actors and Scripts, the Indigo Leo. Boom. You're glowing in this light. Thank you, baby. And I'm outside, honey, all in the woods. Oh, well, not the woods, but I'm definitely in the green. Someone said first. Baby, you ain't first, child, please. You been was out. I checked your page out catching up. Okay, so I put a post up asking you guys, should I start giving more of my commentary more about things, my opinions about things more, or my viewpoint? And you guys said yes. Amani the Diva, what's going on, baby? So I decided to come on board and have this conversation. So his name is, I believe, Luigi. Okay, I've been meaning to talk about this United Healthcare situation for the longest. I just forgot to talk about it. Okay, I just forgot to bring it up. I forgot to talk about it, so it came back to me. Now I'm gonna keep it $150. The way they're describing this dude in terms of how he's been able to be so elusive, to get away from law enforcement and authorities, and now all of a sudden now you just catch this dude out the blue. So let me give you the rundown about what I found out as to the reason why I want to talk to you guys in the first place about why this even happened in the first damn place. First of all, this message is for entertainment purposes only. Got to start there because you know I'm going to send it to YouTube. Okay? So this message is for entertainment purposes only, and for my YouTube subscribers, when you guys watch this video, please make sure you get the likes up. I greatly appreciate you. And for all my supporters, I appreciate you forwarding this message out to as many people as you possibly can. Just want to get that out the way first, okay? But I think I'm onto something here with this viewpoint thing. I think I'm onto something. So, this is for entertainment purposes only, and what I say is absolutely untrue. So I did some checking in to see what was the real deal with this guy being killed. The hit that I got was this was done by the pharmaceutical companies. They're the ones who put the hit out on this guy. Okay. This guy was playing a double-edged sword type of game. Okay, and on top of that, I need you guys to understand something. The pharmaceutical companies are not in the business of helping people get better. They're in the business of making money. The sooner you guys understand this, the better off you'll be. Okay, they are in the business for profit. Okay, this is the reason why doctors mysteriously disappear, allegedly. This is the reason why, you know, when they talk about any type of cures, all of a sudden things get weird with the people who were talking about they found a cure about something, and these people end up missing, or they end up committing suicide, or they end up doing all kinds of weird things to themselves mysteriously. Okay, so the word on these spiritual streets is that it was the actual pharmaceutical companies that was behind that, and they are their own gangsters. Now these pharmaceutical folks, they are the real drug dealers. Okay, they're the real ones. These are the guys that are legally able to get away with what we see them getting away with. You know, the only difference is it's just not being sold on the streets. It's being sold in the damn store legally. You know what I'm saying? But they are actually living that lifestyle of like some dude on the street that was hustling on the street. Isn't that crazy how they just got rid of all the actual street guys off the street, and then they said, okay, now we're going to take this whole thing over, and we're going to do it the way we see fit, and now we're the real gangsters. Well, they are very gangster because they have a whole lot of money, and they have a whole lot of reach, and they have a whole lot of lobbyists, and they have a whole lot of power. Okay, so the CO was playing a double-edged sword game. Okay, and he got caught. Simple. It's not complicated. However, what's interesting enough about this is that there seems to be some type of growing trend going on where people are actually kind of rooting for this guy that actually offed him, which is weird. I'm not getting it. You know what I'm saying? It seems, I'm telling you, it appears that the people seem to be rooting for this guy. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, this is giving... what's the name of that movie they put up with John Travolta? Face Off. Y'all remember that movie Face Off that came out years ago? Where there was like 2 John Travoltas? Y'all remember that? I think there's 2 Luigis out here. I think there's 2 of them out here. I think there's one that's willing to take the fall, and I think there's another one, that one that actually did the work. I think he's going to continue to keep doing the work. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. But I think that something with that. There's something with that. There's something with that that's telling me, and this is just my opinion, okay? But there's something about that just says, we're not done yet. So I think we're going to hear more things happening, and I think with this guy being on the loose, or whatever missions he's sent out to do, he's going to set out to complete his missions. And I think that there are people out there that are in place to be the fall guy. And I think that's just what it is. I do not believe they caught this guy. I do not believe that. Period. I don't believe it. That's just my opinion. I don't think this is the real guy. Gang stalking is connected to it too, Aqualord. My aunt and I said the same thing. It wasn't that man. They also had a look-alike contest in New York. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm still here in Mexico, baby. Very, very interesting. Blu-ray Star Seeds, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? They're the biggest hustlers. I don't feel the young man did it either. Oh, he did it. He did it. It's just that they're not catching him. He did it. People want a V for Vendetta storyline so bad. That's why they're rooting for him. It's just getting weird out here, right, y'all? It's just getting weird out here. There's just too much weirdness going on. There's too many things are going on right now all at the same time. They said it be your own kind. Well, there's always white on white crime. You know, we talk about black on black crime. You know, there's white on white crime. That's the reason why. That's the real reason why all these CEOs step down. This is just the beginning. Oh, that's not the only reason why they step down, baby. That's not the only reason why they step down. It's a lot more deeper than what you guys realize. Especially with Trump coming back into office, it's definitely a whole lot deeper than what you guys realize. Okay, did you guys peep how a lot of celebrities left the country when they found out that Trump is the new president-elect? All of a sudden, you had cats dipping up out of here. Ellen DeGeneres. Let me tell you how crazy this is. Ellen DeGeneres left and went to London only for her house to get flooded out. Now, if that's not Murphy's Law, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. You literally go, you leave the country, you spend a couple $1 million on your house, flee the country only for you to get there and your house get flooded out. Yeah, she's in London. I'm just saying, like, what are the odds and what are the chances something like that happen? Like, I'm just saying, that's Murphy's Law. Like, that's that. You know what that is? That's that karma catching up. That karma's catching up to her for things she did that she knows that she shouldn't have did. When she was put on house arrest and had that ankle bracelet on. And then Joe Biden came into office, and then he, you know how he do. He's like, oh, you people, okay, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all get free a little bit, you know. And then Trump's back in office. Okay, well, I got no control over what's going to happen when Trump get in office. So, y'all better go ahead and get the hell on, because I ain't got no control over that. Not only that, though. Not only that. There is a lot that is happening right now amongst us. Now, today, I put the video up that I shot yesterday. I put it up like around 7 o'clock this morning. Woo! When I tell you, folks is going in on that video, they are going in because because of the questions that I ask, everybody's giving their opinions about everything, and then people are lashing out at me, and screaming, "That's about the Bible! That's about the goddamn Bible, ISIS!" I'm like, yeah, but I'm not the one who stepped out there to have that debate about the Bible, bro. Why are you screaming at me? You know what I'm saying? People was like, "Oh, there you go, trying to tear another black man down." I said, no such thing happened here. I just simply pointed out what I saw. You know what I'm saying? But let me ask you guys a question. Does it matter what the person looks like if I won't say evil, but if certain things are being exposed, does it matter what the person looks like? I want to get you guys' opinion about that. Does it matter what the person looks like? If somebody in your community is allegedly putting out the wrong information, allegedly, okay? Does it matter what the person looks like? Does it matter to you what they look like? I want to get your opinions about that. For you, is it about justice is justice? No matter who it comes through? Nope, it's the message, not the messenger. Boom. No, absolutely not. DJ Twist, what's going on, fam? My goodness, I ain't seen you in a minute. What's going on, Twist? Okay, I just want to get y'all's opinion about it because I didn't know. Hopefully the people on YouTube can answer that question. Okay. Do you feel as though that we're now living in a time where it is imperative that the things that humanity in general, let's say the collective in general, let's not even focus on just us, but let's just focus on the collective. Do you feel as though do you feel like a cleaning up is taking place at this time? Do you feel like a cleaning up is taking place at this time? Like a massive cleanup. In other words, things that we were accustomed to, things that we're used to hearing, things that we're used to people getting away with and all that kind of stuff. Do you feel like that now is a time where a massive cleanup is taking place? And now everybody is going to be held accountable and responsible. Do you think that it's time for that to start happening? I just want to get your opinions about this. There's no right or wrong answer here. Again, like I said before, there's no right or wrong answer. I see some of y'all saying yes. One Love Sharon, hey baby. I do, and also great separation. Yeah, my city feels empty and things don't look the same here. Lord, well, I told you that they already started that process of getting rid of those NPCs. So I'm assuming that there's going to be a lot of things that's going to be different. Everyone is going to be held accountable. Okay, Twist. Someone said, I'm coming to Mexico with you. Shit. All evil must go. Earth is cleansing naturally of all things unnatural. You took the words out of my mouth. I work at one of the most to be on the top 10 list, and there is so much change. Haha, the great cleanse, like in the Umbrella Academy. Never thought about it like that, but yeah, that's one way of looking at it. The stars are falling and the shift has occurred. I don't think that we really thought about fully what the shift actually meant. I think that when you start talking about shift, I think that we were focusing on timeline shifts, but I don't think that people took into consideration it wasn't just timeline shifts, but also the shifting of systems, the shifting of structures, the shifting of government and how it's ran, the shifting of people in the way that they think, the shifting of what we have accepted, the shifting. There's just a lot of shifting going on various different levels. And I don't think that we all took the time out to really take that in consideration and really sit back and think about what that actually really truly means. A lot of foundations are being shook up right now. That means that the old way that you did things back in the age of Pisces is not going to fly now. Okay? This is the reason why Jay-Z's being exposed. This is the reason why Diddy's being exposed. This is the reason why, and more heads are going to roll. And I'm going to tell you something now. Since Jay-Z's name got brought up, and let me tell y'all something about this self-serving dude right here. Let me tell you about this dude right here. You guys are going to hear witnesses coming out the woodworks and stuff that hadn't came out before. You're going to hear them coming out. They're going to start talking about their experiences with him. You are going to start hearing different celebrities that's also going to take a fall, because he's definitely one that is very self-serving. And if he goes down, everybody he knows is going down with him. I'm telling you that right now. That dude is going to make sure that he's taking some folk with him. I'm telling you right now. So that's going to be kind of crazy. So you're going to see a lot of shifting in the entertainment business, a lot of shifting also in sports. You're going to see that. This is going to affect the sports arena too. This is going to affect a lot of different things. Okay? Someone said, but why did he go to the premiere after the allegations? What is he supposed to do? Stop living his life? At this point, they're only allegations. We don't know if this is what happened. Is he supposed to stop living his life because of allegations? If someone came and accused you of something, and let's just say it's not true, are you supposed to stop living your life because someone accused you of something? I don't know if he did or he didn't. No, actually, Trump is good for right now. I told y'all in the live that I did that he's going to answer to something. You guys got to take a look at that live I did about a week ago when I said he has to answer. He's answering to something. There's something much older and much more primordial and much more ancient that he's answering to. As long as he stays within the rings of that, he don't have nothing to worry about. And he's being protected by that ancient primordial energy. Okay, so you don't have to worry about him. He's in check. Now, I want to talk about something else. What if the opposition plays on the 4D folks' mindsets, those who are waking up, that are in their conspiracy phases, those who say harp this, harp that, those who give reverence to all these different things outside themselves in terms of what's actually happening. And they talked about this fake stage alien invasion. They kept putting that out there, kept putting that out there, kept putting that out there. And I started questioning that. Let me tell you the way my mind thinks. Why were they doing what you call pre-programming about this fake stage alien invasion if in fact it was fake? What if they inverted it to make you think that it's fake when it's actually real? Because they already know how distrusting we are of them to begin with. We just don't trust nothing, right? And we should be this way. We shouldn't trust anything at this point. We've been lied to. We've been deceived so much. But it was just something about the way that was coming out into social media, and it was the way that it was coming out there where they kept saying, stage fake alien invasion, stage. Then all of a sudden they do this predictive programming where they're putting out movies, right? They're putting out movies, which is to prepare you for what's to come, right? But there was something about that that just kind of made me look at this from a different perspective. There was something about it. For instance, they told you, and I want you guys to remember this, they told you that the elites wanted to depopulate the planet down to 500,000 people so the elites could control the people. Remember that? Do you remember that? They were putting this out years ago that they were going to depopulate the planet, and it was going to be all the way down to about 500,000 people on the planet, and that the elites were going to be the ones that were going to control. But then I had to critically think about that for a minute. That didn't make any sense to me. Let me tell you why that didn't make any sense to me. If you are a billionaire that's used to making a tremendous amount of money on a regular basis, it doesn't make sense for you to get rid of your workforce. I want you to listen to what I'm saying here. Does it make sense for you to get rid of your workforce? If you already have control over the planet, because the NPCs essentially are your worker bees. If you have control over 8 billion people on the planet, and you're making billions upon billions upon billions upon billions of dollars based off these people on the planet, some of them are even trillionaires. What sense does it make to depopulate the entire planet? Why would they do that? How do they benefit not having slaves? Boom, someone said that people are an asset. Boom, exactly. I just want you guys to understand how my mind works, you know what I'm saying? Because just because a narrative is being pushed out there to social media or even the mainstream does not necessarily mean that I'm going to ride with that, especially how it's coming in. And I'm a critical thinker, so I have to start thinking about things like that. Doesn't make any sense, though. How much money are you going to make off of 500,000 people? You ain't making very much off of 500,000 people, man. So what if they put these stories out there because they knew at some point the Anunnaki was coming? I remember Dr. Malachi York was dropping that information out back in the 90s about the Anunnaki coming and wiping out those NPCs and those who were operating on low vibrational frequencies, those who didn't have souls, those who didn't have missions. I remember him talking about that specifically years ago. Years ago, he talked about this. And it wasn't just him. There were other scholars at that time that were talking about that. So I knew this as far back as the 90s. Someone said they use it for fear to draw energy from the people. Now that, at Bama Fine, that makes sense. I also wonder about spraying in the skies. I know it happens, but they have to live in it too. I don't think that there are enough underground bunkers for them just yet. Well, first of all, the question you got to ask yourself is, do you think them underground bunkers are going to stop them from getting jacked? When you're talking about dealing with interdimensional beings that have the ability to walk through all kinds of matter, solid matter like it's nothing. Just like you walk out here and you walk down the street, it's just as simple as that for them. So do you think that's going to stop them from getting to them? It's not. They can build all the underground stuff all they want to. It's not going to stop nothing. But it was just like, you're putting these narratives out here, as above, so below. Boom! And there's a lot of that going on right now. There's a lot of that going on. And I'm going to tell you something. What I started doing was I started going into the higher realms to see what's going on in the higher realms, and then seeing it play down and seeing it trickle down here into the other realms. Because I am what you call a realm watcher. I watch the realms. I've always been a seer in that way. I watch the realms. So whatever's going on above, that's what's going to manifest itself below. Okay? The only way that changes is if there is a timeline shift. That's the only way that changes. Someone told me we should go underground. I was like, I ain't going nowhere, and they ain't say nothing else. What you gonna go underground for? For what? What you don't have nothing. Listen, for those of you that have souls, you're not the problem here. As much as those beings would love to make you the problem because they're trapped here, they can't leave from here. Okay, as much as they would love to make you the problem, you're really not the problem. They can't leave from here. They are imprisoned. And then they turn around and they put that over top of you to make you feel like you're in prison. Because you buy into narratives outside of yourself. That's where humanity gets into trouble. You buy into narratives that they create for you outside of yourself, and because you're a magnetic being and you do not know how powerful you are in your own right, you then begin to start creating the reality that they want you to create for yourself. You create the reality, they just manipulate you into thinking that it's real. It's up to you to do the necessary work for you to for you to learn how to have a solid foundation, for you to stand 10 toes down on self. You will never allow nobody to come in and sway you off your square. You should know yourself enough to know you can't be swayed off your square. There was a lot of people in 2020 that got swayed off their square. There was a lot of people in 2021 and 2022 that got swayed off their square. I wasn't playing them games. I saw it for what it was. You were swaying nothing. You're not making me do nothing. You're not going to move against my free will. Because see, I know about that game. I know about the universal laws. And I know how to invoke justice when you break universal law. See, that's the level that I need the collective to get to in their understanding of how things work. Because some of you actually have the ability to invoke justice when universal law is broken on a collective level and really has some shit shut down. We are modern day prophets for real, for real. Yes, we are. Everything that was written about back in the day, those people still exist now. Let me share something else with you. Somebody decided to challenge my information to say, well, Isis, how do you know that we're all angels? How do you know about that? You know what I told them? I said, come see me and book a consultation with me, and I'll go ahead and activate your wings and your halo on sight. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Because I done demonstrated too many times in front of y'all faces what time it is with me. Showed you to your faces. You had the experiences. Don't play with me. Hold up. The hospital killed my other half. He is a divine supreme being, and he knew they was going to do it. Well, if he knew that and they did it, then that must have been in his contract for him to go out that way. Book a consultation at Sasho Bless. Go to isiswisdom.com and book a consultation. And I will show you better than I can tell you. Is there a way to invoke karmic justice without affecting free will as a way to expedite ascension in your environment? Yes, you cannot invoke karmic justice and go against somebody's free will, fam. That doesn't even make any sense. Karmic justice, karma's parents is justice in order. That is her parents. No one's going against anybody's free will for that. They said they did everything, but I could feel electricity in his chest. He should have never went in there, baby. That's where, you see, a lot of us wasn't reading the signs properly, not to go in those spaces. Those spaces are not for us. Those spaces are not for us. This is one of the main reasons why we got to go back to our indigenous ways, because those spaces are not for us. You got to stop trusting your enemy to take care of your health. You got to stop trusting your enemy to think that they want you to be alive and live a long time. You got to come up out that mentality. That would attempt to enter into some people's mind during this time. We are not okay here to learn, but to remember who we are. Stay out of the fear mode and raise your vibrational frequency. So let me tell you guys what this plane really is. But I think you guys know this. This plane is a school for you to learn, for you to have certain experiences, to build different parts of yourself up, to help you expand and get yourself to the next level. You're going to have different types of assimilations or experiences. I showed you how to end simulations, so you don't have to go through certain types of experiences. However, if you are operating in an unhealed state, some experiences you're going to need to go through in order for you to grow out of those things, especially if you have a mission and there are things that you need to accomplish, especially if you are doing things that are hindering yourself from actually progressing and expanding the way that you need to. Sometimes Source will send people into you, or you may send people into yourself subconsciously, not even knowing it, because you agreed to have certain experiences so you can have growth and expansion. A lot of times people go through the things they go through because of contracts that they sign that they're not even knowledgeable about, or that they don't remember that they signed, or that they don't remember that they agreed to have certain types of experiences to help them develop in certain areas of their lives that they wasn't able to grow in the life beforehand. Such a powerful divine being, I experienced true love and God with him. Knowledge is everlasting light and life. I'm sorry you had to go through that, baby. Hi, son has been experiencing dreams where there is a spaceship above our home and these beings are trying to take his baby sister. He's constantly fighting the one of the beings to keep his sister safe. You need to hit me up at Rocio Sanchez. You need to come over to IsisWisdom.com. That needs to get checked into, especially if that's happening. No, some cheat code from you, Mama Isis. Okay, so let me guys put you up on game. Okay, I got 11 minutes before I go into this next session. Let me put you guys up on game about something. So remember I told you about my experiences that I had with the Anunnaki that weren't great experiences that I told you about? Why did I just find out, and it's so crazy, my experiences are so nuts, why did I find out that the experiences that I actually had in this lifetime was actually me experiencing what my higher self went through from a whole different lifetime, because I was so tapped into that aspect. Literally living out the experience in real time in this lifetime, only to find out that that experience actually happened, but it happened in a whole different lifetime. And I was in the process of clearing out that aspect's karma. And I went through the whole experience of that aspect. The whole experience. Everything. Now, I ain't gonna go into too much detail about that story, because if I told you guys this story, your jaw will fall so far to the floor you wouldn't be able to pick it back up. There's no way you would not pick your face up off the floor if I told you the story. I'm still struggling with it. And that was 4 years ago, and I'm still struggling with it. Okay? When you decide that you're going to go in and you're going to clear out aspects of yourself that have karma. Now, we clear out the karma that are affecting you in this lifetime, right? So you can ascend from here, because if you still got karma and you didn't clear it out, you're coming back here. You're not leaving from here. Your ass is coming right back here until either you expand in consciousness enough to either your star family comes and helps you, or you come across somebody that knows the things I'm talking about to help you clear your past life karma. Okay? Your past life karma affects your current karma. Affects your current lifetime. So if you don't have the wherewithal or the knowledge base, or you're not tapped in enough, you don't get that stuff cleared out. You're coming back here. Period. When I put myself through my own program, this is before I opened it up to the public. When I put myself through my own program, and I went through those experiences, and that wasn't the only aspect. My angelic aspect, the experiences I went through with my angelic aspect, and coming into the understanding of really knowing who I am. Let me tell y'all something. They have patriarchized, that's not a word, but I'm just going to use it so you guys understand. There is so much patriarch energy that they put out here on this planet to make it seem like that the males were the dominant in everything. Well, let me tell you something, babies. It wasn't Archangel Michael that casted Lucifer, and it wasn't Archangel Michael that casted Lucifer down into the pit of hell. It was Archangel Michelle that casted Lucifer down into the pit of hell. Make sure you're clear. What I'm saying to you, what I'm revealing to you today, right now, is that a lot of you have stories of old that have been written about, that's been in movies, that's been in books. and you don't even know who you are. There are biblical stories of certain people that actually is in that Bible where I'm running into these individuals in real time. I've met Peter, and I'm actually planning on writing the book of Peter. It's called The Lost Books of Peter, because he said that everything that's in that book is distorted. So I plan on writing that book. Writing those books. So you guys get the real information and the real stories. They have taken and did a lot of distortion out of a lot of things. That's why when you go and you debate these folks, I would never take the time out and have a debate with someone word for word about a book that I have zero interest in. Because when you know the book is full of distortion, and you know the book's timelines are also full of it, the way they told the stories and all that. First of all, Genesis wasn't even the first book that was Genesis wasn't even the first book. Now, they're going to argue with you and tell you, well, according to this scroll, this, that, and the third. I said, yeah, but who's interpreting that? Because according to my higher aspects, some of y'all wasn't even interpreting them scrolls the correct way. Some of you also had your own agenda in terms of the stories that you were telling. And you also had the influence of the Vatican when it came to some of that stuff, because the Vatican has a whole lot of that stuff sitting right in that damn church. That big ass church over there, the Vatican, all that stuff sitting over there. You actually can go inward if you have the ability to travel. You can do what you call astral project yourself to the Vatican and go look at the scrolls and read it for yourself. This is stuff for those of you that are gifted. This is stuff that you should be doing, because I do this shit all the time. And then I go inward and say, okay, let me see the real scrolls, the real actual scrolls. There's so much information, y'all, out there. That's why you go within. Exactly. Nobody can challenge your information when you go within, because you also have to take consideration. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example of an incident that took place. The Lyran Wars, when they went against the Alpha Draconians, that big war. Okay. Now, you have a lot of people that have Lyran aspects, and you have a lot of people that have Alpha Draconian aspects that were there during the time period when that war took place, right? Each person or each aspect that was present at that time during the war is going to tell the story from their perspective in terms of what they saw and what they witnessed. Okay? So, it's not that what the person is saying is wrong. This is what their aspect went through and saw. But you'll see some similarities that are parallel to the same actual story. But maybe what they experienced during that time period might have been a little bit different than, let's say, what I experienced. Then let's say what this person over here had experienced. Okay? This is the reason why they do a lot of remakes on movies that tell a different story or a different version of something, because all they're doing is that they're just getting the other parts of the story from different perspectives. Watch the Thundercats. It shows what happens on that cartoon, most of it. That used to be my joint back in the day too, man. Thundercats was my shiz night. Yes, I do past life readings. Okay, you need to come to isiswisdom.com. Absolutely. The female energy did come first. Okay, the female energy did come first. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. That is so deep. If y'all understood what is so deep, you guys got to understand something. I want to share this with y'all, something I learned that blew my damn wig back. Malevolent energy has always existed before the beginning of time. Malevolent energy has always existed. The mother energy has always existed. The benevolent and the neutral energy has always existed. This has always been into existence before the beginning of time. So I've had the opportunity, because I am a primordial. Okay? I don't hide that. I am an original. I don't hide that. Y'all should be able to see that. And not everybody's an original. But I got a chance to self-actualize, and I self-birthed myself and saw that when that took place, and that shit was deep in the cosmos. When I went through that process. Okay? When you are a primordial, your process comes a whole different way in terms of how you actually come, in terms of how you self-actualize. Primordials are creator gods, creator entities, creator deities. They have the ability to create. Okay? I have the ability to create. When you know who and what you are, you understand that a 3D existence does not have any, you don't have to follow the rules of 3D existence. When you begin to start expanding your consciousness and you understand how this works, you don't have to. You're beyond those rules. But see, there are people outside of you that did a good job and a good number on you to make you think and feel differently and make you feel otherwise. But then the question you have to ask yourself, why did they work so hard on you to make sure? Why was there a hyper focus on you to make sure that they could contain you? Because if you came into this understanding and this knowledge, and you really start tapping into self, and it's going to require you to heal. As I keep telling y'all, y'all don't get access to, you don't get from A to Z without putting in the work. And you don't get to skip steps, because Source ain't going to let it happen. But for those of you who are truly willing to really go down that path and open yourself up, you'll begin to start learning things about yourself. You'll begin to start traveling into the cosmos inside your body, because the cosmos lives inside your body. So if you want to go to space, if you want to go to the cosmos, if you want to go visit planets, you got to go inward to go see that, honey. You got to go inward to visit those different solar systems, those different planets, to see those different beings, etc., etc. Not outward, inward. They do pay for this information. I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm launching my Patreon in 2 weeks. Because some of the stuff I'm gonna get really deeper into, y'all gonna have to go to Patreon to get access to it. Some stuff I'm not gonna release out there to the public. We was always crashed like black sheep in ground homes. When I was younger, just wild. I remember doing this as a child. Yes, baby. For a second, the reflection on the glass behind you, I thought were wings. All right, babes. I got my appointment now. It just started. I got to go. But it's been good talking to y'all. Peace and blessings. I'll be back.